Miranda the Faulkner, the Queen of Games, was in her room, sleeping, with the thought of the duel with Giza Egypt in her head. She was sleeping. The Millennium Ball began to glow, causing Ataria to come out of the translucent form. Ataria was wearing the exact same thing that Miranda was wearing, which was a white t-shirt, blue shorts, and white socks. She decided to come over to her, watch the young girl as she slept. Meanwhile, the blue puzzle was on the bookshelf began to glow and came out was the Anubis. But the dark purple black shadowy form. He watched the Pharaoh Queen, and she was watching her young version sleep. Ataria's Millennium Ball glowed gold, and dark purple on her forehead appeared the eye of Ajat. She could see the sense that something dark and evil was around, that whatever it was nearby. Anubis snickered and began to disappear into the dark purple black magic. He then slithered around the room, materialized beside Miranda's bed. Anubis was sitting in a chair that was meant for whenever Yugi came over. Ataria looked away from Miranda, just for a moment, then looked at the ancient being, as the same age as her, and her husband at Tim. She was surprised. Well. Ataria, long time no see. It's been about almost 6,000 years since we last met, Anubis said, with a red glare in his eyes. And you're still troubled today. What are you even doing here? I'm very good at watching Miranda at the night, so you don't need to do that job, Ataria said, becoming very protective of her light. Anubis began to remember his plan. It's high time that I pay Miranda back for the trick that she pulled on the duel with Kyoba and the Pharaoh, he said, with the explanation as dark as magic was powering up. Ataria then remembered the duel with Kyoba and Atem. She knew that Miranda wanted to help Atem, so she had to find a card with her deck that could help him and fast. Miranda then remembered that card. It was the Pyramid of Light. When Miranda told Kaba and Atem of what she was going to do, the trap card, both of them shocked with looks on their faces, but Atem knew exactly why she was doing this. To help him with the duel, and to isolate Anubis. When she activated the trap card, huge light blue translucent pyramids surrounded both the fake Kebai and Atem on the sides, locking them. But that's not what happened after that. Look, Anubis, all she was trying to do was protect Atem from you, and she did that of an act of kindness, act of courage, an honor to act a great sacrifice. She has been through a lot more than you can already know. She shouldn't be punished in my books, Ataria said, in an explanation while glowing. Anubis chuckled. What are you laughing now? Ataria said, with a growl low while also trying not to wake up Miranda. Anubis then laughed. I actually don't care if your precious light went through all of that, he said, with an evil, careless look in his eyes. Atera gasped. What? She said in shock. All I care about was that she gets punished for it. Face it, Atera, there's nothing that you can do to stop me, Anubis said, before he began to change into his dark magic form. Then he let out a long strand of it. What? What kind of punishment are you going to give her? She hasn't done anything wrong. She was trying to protect Atem, and swear I will have a talk with him myself. And when I do, I will make sure to protect Miranda from you, because he'll do anything to protect his little girl from the likes of you. We all will. There's nothing you could do about that will change Miranda, Ataria said, really concerned for her light. Anubis sighed. He then took out his Egyptian duel disc. You want to settle this with a duel? Atera questioned, wanting to know. The Anubis chuckled. Ha 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 ha. No, my dear Pharaoh Queen. I have someone that would like for you to meet, he said. He began to get his card from his deck. Ateria had her arms crossed. Let me guess, someone who will do your dirty work for you, she said, wondering and wanting to know. Wait and see, Ateria. You will see that this jackal soldier will do, Anubis said as he placed the card on the tray. Ateria still stood there, with her arms crossed. What was the two-faced jackal Egyptian up to now? I activate the jackal, the tormentor, in the attack mode, Anubis said, as Miranda's projectors turned on, and their own little Egyptian jackal monster came out of the card. Its attack was 22700, and its defense was 2100. Ateria chuckled. It's a nice monster version of you, Anubis. Although, what is it going to do? She said, remembering what the Anubis had looked like back in their time. Well, I'll show you, Anubis said, as he got out two cards from his deck. While Ateria was waiting, she looked over at Miranda, who just turned over on her side. She sighed and began to pray to Atim, telling him that they needed to start worrying about Miranda because she was going to go through pain. I will activate my trap card Paralysis Chains. This will make sure that your precious girl stays chained until the procedure is over, Anubis said, as he revealed his trap card and the live projectors began to light up, causing the paralysis chains to be real. Miranda was wearing the shackles around her feet and wrists. She tried to resist the chains, but they were holding too strong. Plus, she was held still in the chains as the young girl began to feel really sleepy all of a sudden. Ateria smiled. She had cast a spell card into effect. She wasn't going to reveal it to the feral Egyptian, who was just about to declare attack on Miranda. Anubis then looked over to the Jackal Tormentor, his monster. Jackal the Tormentor? Attack with Dark Grasp Possession, he said as the Jackal's dark black Egyptian magic came out and began to head towards Miranda. Ateria growled and gasped as the tormenting, punishing magic went into her light. Now she was really concerned for her. Miranda?